is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are sports. We are Sun.
Last night at the Trop, the Dodgers' slumbering bats awoke, blasting 3 home runs en route to a 10-5 victory. Tonight, Tampa Bay sends lefty Drew Smyly to the hill, with the Rays looking to close out the homestand on a winning note. After starting the homestand winning 2 out of 3 from Baltimore, then dropping 2 of 3 to Toronto, the Rays in interleague play last night lost the first game of this 2-game set with the Los Angeles Dodgers. And so tonight, the Rays beat the Dodgers again to wrap up this homestand, hoping to break even for their time here at home. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. Great to have you aboard tonight before the Rays hit the road, and they're trying to break even here on this homestand. They'll send Drew Smyly to the hill, and when you look at the way he has pitched really all year, but 0 in on the last 3 outings, it doesn't get much better.
And nothing short of sensational for Drew Smyly over those 3 outings. First of all, he's pitching deep into games. He's averaging 7 innings a start in this span because he's been very efficient, just over 14 pitches per. Has deserved a better fate. Just a 1-1 record, but look at the ERA. He's given up just 3 earned runs, given up 9 hits in 21 innings, that opponent's batting average of 129 to go along with 25 strikeouts against just 4 walks. And he's doing it because, again, the deception and the fact that he is commanding 4 pitches to all quadrants of the strike zone. He'll look to keep that up here tonight.
Overall, his record is 1-3 and not a lot of offensive help for the Rays lefty. Well, Steve Pearce is seeing his playing time and his offensive production moving in the same direction, up. Todd Callis will talk about that when we come back.
Rays getting another start for the Rays tonight as the Dodgers are in town to wrap up this 2-game series. Rays will head out of town with an off day tomorrow. Take on the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim for a 3-game series over the weekend, and then into Seattle for 3 more games with the Mariners before returning back home. For Steve Pearce, a home run yesterday, his first as a Ray at Tropicana Field since 2014. The Lakeland native now has 8 home runs in 86 at-bats here at the Trop. He enjoys hitting here at Tropicana Field. Recently, 6 for 15, a couple of home runs, 3 RBIs. Pearce continues to grind at bats and not getting a chance to play every day. Easier said than done. And we talked to his hitting coach, Derek Shelton, about Pearce at the plate lately.
We've seen that in the past. You know, when he was in Baltimore, being in the East, he's competitive. He knows the role. He knows to come off the bench. He knows how to stay fresh. So, yeah, it was good to see him get a ball up and get him out of the ballpark. But the way his swing works, he can really give you good at bats, regardless if he's playing or not playing.
Don't forget, it is a Wednesday, which means, oh, look at the fedoras. Yeah, baby. Ah, this is beautiful. I'm kind of emotional. I won't be able to tell you about the Twitter feed. At Fox Sports Rays with the hashtag AskRays. You guys look so good. Email us at foxsportsun@gmail.com. Dwayne and BA have all the answers to their new Rays fedoras right around the corner. His first pitch and Web Wednesday. Doesn't get much better than this at Tropicana Field. The Dodgers and the Rays. It'll be on the mound for Tampa Bay, Drew Smiley. On the mound for the Dodgers, Alex Wood. Couple of lefties. Up next on Fox Sports Sun.
Welcome back to Tropicana Field. The 26-year-old left-hander Drew Smiley goes to the hill. He'll face the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight. Both these clubs had been struggling offensively. The Dodgers certainly broke out of that last night with 10 runs and 13 hits. And Drew Smiley will face this lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Hernandez leads it off. Kike Hernandez in left. Puig, Gonzalez, then Justin Turner, the DH. Kendrick, Thompson. Yasmani Grandal is the catcher. Corey Seager's in there at shortstop. And at third base tonight, Charlie Culberson will hit ninth.
Well, and for Drew Smyly, outside of the win column, not entirely his fault. The rest of the numbers, ridiculously good. I mean, how about 41 strikeouts and 34 2/3 to go along with just 6 walks? That opponent's average of 151. That is good enough for second in the American League.
First pitch of this game is high. A ball and no strikes. If you love to watch a guy pitch, this is the game for you to watch. Drew Smyly is some kind of fun to watch him work his way through a lineup. He's been really something this year in the 5 prior starts.
You know, it starts with game planning, doing your homework, coming into a start prepared. You can check that off for Drew, but then you have to execute. And that is where really you earn your money, so to speak. And he has been fantastic this year.
Drops the breaking ball in there. And he's ahead of Hernandez, 1-2. Hernandez lays off the pitch up. Plenty high out of the zone. Puig on deck. Ooh, what a pitch. Backdoored him right there. Strike 3 call.
I mean, that's just an example of what Drew will do. I mean, just you're talking about changing speeds, changing locations, changing eye levels, all in one at-bat, and then drop that curveball right on the outside corner, and Hernandez knew it. Immediately, the reaction, that was a strike, right? And he's heading back.
1 away. And now it's Puig. Strike 1. Well, that fastball can seem even quicker at times.
Just at 90 miles an hour on that one, but the swing, he blew that right by Puig, who got a little bit long with that swing, and now finds himself in an 0-2 hole.
And he strikes him out on 3 pitches. Fastballs.
Yeah, that sequence speaks for itself. While you mulling that over, let's set the Rays defense for you. Brought to you by Golden Diamond Source. In the outfield, left to right, we have Jennings, Geyer, and Souza Jr. And across the infield, third to first, Longoria, Beckham, Forsythe, and Pierce with Curt CASALI behind the plate.
The 2 up, 2 down, a couple of strikeouts. And now it's Adrian Gonzalez. Upstairs, Gonzalez with the classic approach to hitting, a .290 lifetime average. One, dropping a breaking pitch in there. 1-2. Boy, I tell you, Smyly just sets his own pace. He's out there and automatically, it seems, in charge of setting the pace and the tempo of this game.
Well,
2-2 now.
You know, it goes back to that game planning. You know, he knows what he wants to do. He has a tremendous feel for pitching. So he throws a pitch, and immediately in his mind, that's set up the next pitch, maybe the next 2. And you just go about, making
Swing
pitches.
and a miss. So 1, 2, 3 inning, 3 strikeouts. We're headed into the bottom of the first, and Logan Forsythe will lead it off for the Rays. To the bottom of the first tonight at Tropicana Field. And the lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Forsythe again leads it off, followed by Brandon Guyer and Evan Longoria. Steve Pearce in the cleanup spot. Then Steven Souza Jr., Corey Dickerson, the DH, and Desmond Jennings all in a row, and they're struggling right now. Tim Beckham at short. Curt Casali will catch and hit ninth.
Well, taking them out tonight for the Los Angeles Dodgers is going to be left-hander Alex Wood. You see his season numbers. He's coming off his best start of the young season against the San Diego Padres last time out. 7 innings, just 1 earned run to go along with 9 strikeouts.
And the pitch to Forsythe. Takes a fastball, strike 1. Fastball in around 91, 92. And that's strike 2.
He's got
the first thing you notice is that delivery.
A little funk in that delivery. He tries to create some leverage with that high front side, and that arm comes ripping out of that glove back. Quick arm action, back and then front.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Probably spend some time watching some video to get used to the quick body movements here of Alex Wood. There's a lot going on.
And around the feet of Forsythe. It's 2-2. And after getting ahead of Forsythe, the count is now full.
This is one of the attributes Kevin Cash was talking about last night with Logan Forsythe. Even behind 0-2, he's not expanding his zone. Continues to stay disciplined within the strike zone.
And he's out on strikes. A fastball away. Got him.
Well, let's go ahead and set that Dodger defense for you. Brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source in the outfield, left and right. We have Kiki Hernandez, Trace Thompson, and Yasiel Puig across the infield, third to first. Charlie Culberson, Corey Seager, Howie Kendrick, and Adrian Gonzalez with Yasmani Grandal behind the plate.
Here's Brandon Guyer. Too high, 1-0. Guyer made the start as the DH and hit out of the second spot last night. Another pitch up. He was hit by a pitch and had a couple of base hits in 4 at-bats. High shot deep into left. Hernandez back, and that baby's gone. Home run for Brandon Guyer to put the Rays out in front. Brandon Guyer gives it a ride. Second home run of the year.
Brandon Guyer getting some increased playing time, more consistent playing time. A count in his favor, a fastball out over the plate. Boy, he jumped all over that baby.
So Guyer continues to swing a very good bat as Evan Longoria takes a strike. Hernandez seemed to lose sight of that ball, and for good reason. He was well back into the seats. 0-2. Longoria is out on 3 pitches.
Yeah, that was a great sequence there by Wood. Fastball, slider for a strike, and then expand the zone. Slider for a ball. Well executed on all 3, and you get a swing like this.
Well, now it's Steve Pearce who's playing first base again. He singled and homered in last night's game. Which is wide, a ball, no strikes. Fastball for a strike. 1-1. Most of these Rays hitters seeing Wood for the first time.
So not only do you deal with the deception of the delivery, but then the fact that Alex Wood has already shown the ability to use both of his pitches, or all of his pitches, to both sides of the plate. Seeing the fastball away, fastball in, backdoor breaking ball, back breaking ball down and in. He's throwing everything at the Rays here early.
Hard hit, ground ball, skipping by Culberson and down the left field line. Pearce going to dig for 2. He is in there ahead of the throw. Double for Steve Pearce.
You know, and that looked like another bad hop down there at third base. We've seen a couple of those in the last few ball games here at Tropicana Field. Watch this ball come up on Culberson right there. Boy, ate him up on that bad hop.
You know, that may have hit the seam with top spin on it, and it really took off.
Yeah, and you know, when that usually happens, that ball stays down. The last 2 have come up. One on Evan, hit him in the throwing hand, and that one right there about spun Charlie Culberson's hat.
Second double of the year for Pearce. And now it's Steven Souza Jr. Souza, 1 of 2 that hit a home run off Wood. And Souza Jr. right now 0 for 9. In fact, you get to Souza, Dickerson, and Jennings. Dickerson 0 for 19 and Jennings 0 for his last 24. That's a combined 0 for 52. The Rays really need to get some production out of that trio.
Well, there's no doubt. It seems that once one Ray starts to heat up, 2 others cool down. Can't all put it together.
1-1. Pearce at second base. Upstairs, 2-1.
Well, these are the types of counts that have really hurt Alex Wood. You get to the 2-1 count, we look up some of these numbers. Most of the time it's obvious, but with Alex Wood, on base after this count against him is over 600.
It's astounding.
It is. It really is. You know, we talk about the 1-1 pitch to 1-2 or 2-1. To 1-2, the on base percentage less than 200. If he goes 2-1 on you, that one pitch, it goes up to over 600 going forward.
What a span that is.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll see, you know, a difference of 150 points. Maybe if it's really extreme, you get up into the 200s. Over 400. I mean, that's how important pitching ahead is for Alex Wood, at least in the early going.
Well, and here's a conference 2-1. They're getting together. They want to. They're aware of that. They want to make sure that they make a good pitch here.
Well, you come with a behind in the count fastball to Brandon Guyer, and it's still ringing in my ears.
Into right field liner, and it's going to be caught by Puig, retiring the side. Rays get a run on Brandon Guyer's second home run of the year. They leave a man picking up 2 hits. And at the end of an inning, it's 1-0 Tampa Bay. Wednesday showdown brought to you by your Tampa Bay area Mazda dealers. Well, the Rays, as they did last night, start the game with a 1-0 lead. Justin Turner takes a pitch for a strike.
I know who's excited about that. It's that man on the mound. You know, Drew Smyly's not pitched with the lead very often. He had that one game in New York. Think about this. Coming into this ball game, he had thrown 34 2/3 innings. And in those innings, the Rays had scored him 11 runs, 5 of which came in 1 inning. The first inning in his start against the Yankees in New York. I mean, so it's been few and far between he's been able to go out there with a lead and work with that. A lot of scoreless games, tight games, very little margin for error.
Well, you'd like to think that a pitcher is not mindful of that, but it's hard not to be.
It is. And you know what? You're right. The way you approach it is you're not mindful of it. Even though you are, you have to go out and listen. If you're not going to swing a bat, that's out of your control. Don't worry about it.
Full count here to Turner.
But it is nice to every once in a while go out there and be leading in a ball game.
Give you a little room to work.
Yeah, I mean, please.
3-2 now, and it's down. He loses Turner and puts the leadoff hitter aboard in the second inning. Tonight's Rays broadcast can make you a winner. Enter now for a chance at tonight's Rays Up to Win prize. A meet and greet with Kevin Kiermaier. 2 lower box tickets and 2 autographed Kevin Kiermaier jerseys. The winner's name will be shown live on the air in the 8th inning. Just visit RaysBaseball.com/RaysUpToWin to enter. Go online now to register. Rays Up. Here's Howie Kendrick, who did a lot of the damage last night against Rays pitching. And he's out in front and over that changeup. Strike 1. Kendrick 3 for 9 against Smyly in his career with a home run. One and one. He has more at bats by far than anybody else on this Dodger team against Smyly.
You know, it's funny when you look at the matchup numbers and you look at the matchup numbers specifically against Drew Smyly, unless they're recent, I don't put a lot of stock into him. This is a different pitcher.
Yep.
Different guy.
Since he has come to the Rays, he absolutely is a different guy. SOUZA Jr. with a full head of steam, and he just can't get there in time. Hey, nice move there, though. You know, he covered a lot of ground, had to slide into the bullpen, and then that's truly a pop-up and sit-down slide.
Well played, Mr. SOUZA Jr.
Grace under duress. That takes care of Kendrick. He is out on strikes. First 4 outs recorded, all strikeouts. Well, he started him off speed, got him out in front to strike him out.
You know, he came in to tonight tied for 3rd in the American League with 41 strikeouts, now all the way up to 45, 4 outs in. And he does it without pure velocity. That's what's so impressive. Sequencing, deception. The pitch appears to be a strike. It's not a strike. At least not when it gets to the catcher.
There's Turner, who walked. Kendrick out on strikes. Thompson at the plate. Had a home run off the C-ring last night. And now he takes a strike.
His brother had a big night last night. Both of them. The Thompson twins. Thompson brothers.
Yeah, if you're in that family, how do you keep up with each other?
You got to one up. See, the Warriors played later last night, so he was able to see what Trace did and then one up him in his ball game.
Smyly ahead of him, 0-2. Dodgers come in a game over 500. The Rays now dropping 4 of their last 5 are 3 under at 11 and 14. Oh, this one gets away from CASALI. Down to second goes Turner. He'll make the turn as CASALI had to run it down near the steps in front of the dugout. Wild pitch moves Turner up to second.
That short breaking ball is going to find the 5-hole. You'll see it right here on the plate, short. It stays down, and Curt Casali does not get the glove down far enough. Doesn't close up that hole. It squirts through, actually off the right foot of Lance Barnett. That's what redirected it towards the Dodger dugout.
Popper back of first near the stands, and Pierce will run out of room. So it's still a ball and 2 strikes. Here's the Thompson home run. He got ahead 2-0 last night and connected on Matt Moore. Off the C ring.
We need to,
still up there somewhere.
This is where we need to send Chris Garcia up to retrieve that ball.
He has a lot of experience up there.
He's the only one in this booth that will go up there.
Yeah, the rest are just outright refusing to do that. Chris is the Lord of the Rings. This one is fouled out of play. So it's still 1-2 on Trace Thompson.
I've just been informed, Dwayne, that on the C ring in particular, there are no rails.
Makes it even more harrowing.
I mean, you'd have to be out of your gourd to be screwing around on the C ring.
Yes. So it is down 2-2. Yeah, the more you talk about it, get those queasy feelings just staring up there.
I watched a video of a new roller coaster that's opening this year at Cedar Point up in Sandusky, the roller coaster capital of the world, and it made me queasy. Watching the video of it, that's how pathetically weak I am.
Hey, there's a cut in the miss. Thompson out in front of the off speed. So the change. 5 consecutive outs here, 5 consecutive strikeouts around the walk. The Toyota keys to success, and you can look where Smiley is coming in. The opposition hitting just 151 off him. Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal.
He's in the top 10 of so many important categories pitching wise. Doesn't walk a lot of guys, racks up the strikeouts, soft contact. You know, one of our favorite metrics, one of our favorite stats is BABIP, the batting average on balls in play. He has the lowest in Major League Baseball, 173 coming into play. So you're just talking about missing barrels. And tonight he's missing bats.
So pop up. And Beckham's going to make the catch. Walk. That man left on. Bottom of the second coming. 1-0 Rays. Half of the second. Greater coverage of baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. And how about Jake Arrieta? The Cubs off to a great start and dipping back into last year in his last 18 starts. He is 17-0, but look at the numbers to go with that record.
You could organize a game in your backyard with the neighborhood kids and not put up numbers like this. I mean, that's just ridiculous. He wins every time he goes out. A couple of no-hitters. Almost gives up, well, a little over half a run a game.
Corey Dickerson, after the first pitch, fouls out Culberson over there from third. This is the longest hitless streak in Dickerson's career, now 0 for 20. And Desmond Jennings, who's 0 for 24, will step in. One gone in the second. To strike a fastball on the outside corner. He's been quickly behind in the count against Alex Wood. Out on strikes. 3 pitches and a strikeout. Let's check in with Emily quickly. Emily?
Dwayne, loving those hats before the game. Those fan doors were awesome. So we have Web Wednesday today, which means that we're taking questions. Email us, foxsportssun@gmail.com, or on Twitter using the hashtag AskRays. This first one is coming from Steven Anders. It's on the offense. Why hasn't this offense been destroying other teams, and what do they need to do to get this offense fired up to the potential we all know that they have?
That is the $64,000 question. Coming out of spring training, the Rays legitimately thought that they had upgraded the offense. And I think Kevin Cash still feels, well, here's the thing. You've got, as we mentioned, Souza, Dickerson, and Jennings combined now with an 0 for 55. We know that those 3 are much, much better hitters, and that's not going to go on forever. So you would think just the law of averages at some point would take over.
You would. You know what you see? Outside of a couple of guys, you see as a collective a group that is pressing, a group that has become undisciplined, and a group that is expanding their own personal strike zones. And it's all happening at once. And that's what's making it difficult. You know, like I said, the couple of hot guys that you have in the lineup, you know, a lot of times it's, you know, maybe Forsythe up at the 1 spot and Kevin Kiermaier gets hot. He's hitting 8th. There's nothing really put together. A lot of other hitters struggling, and they start to press. And when you start to press, you start to expand your zone. And that's what you're seeing. And that's the problem right now.
Bases empty, 2 outs, and there's strike 3. A fastball taken by Beckham. 1-2-3, go the Rays. 1-0 Tampa Bay. Sports Sun is brought to you by Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. By Bright House Networks. Visit BrightHouse.com. By your local Toyota dealers. Let's go places. And by Tampa Bay Radiation Oncology. When cancer strikes, strike back with CyberKnife. Corey Seager fouls the pitch away, facing Drew Smyly. Strike one. Seager starting the night at 248. And boy, do the Dodgers think a lot of this young infielder. Expecting great things for him. It's 1-2. And he's facing a pretty good challenge tonight in Smyly.
Yeah, and if you're looking, you know, at the two lefties that he had the chance to face, you think about Matt Moore or Drew Smyly. This is a tough matchup. You know, Matt Moore a little bit more traditional, the four-seam fastball, curveball, changeup. Drew Smyly, he comes at you with, I mean, just start naming them off, one after the other with impeccable command.
Full count.
Either way, it wasn't going to be easy. I'll tell you that much.
Fouled up the right side. Well, Smyly, since the trade was made at the end of July in 2014, and the Rays got him from Detroit, he's made 24 starts, and in 17 of those starts, he's allowed 2 or fewer runs. Oh, close pitch there, and he walks Seager.
And you can see staying away from Corey Seager with just about everything. You know, that's one of the things the Dodgers like about him. He's got good plate discipline. He creates good leverage. He recognizes pitches well, makes adjustments well, all for a young player.
Charlie Culberson at third base tonight. He started last night at short. Got a couple of at-bats and then was lifted for the pinch hitter Seager. He lays off a fastball down. So a little toss on Seager. Culberson has spent some time in the big leagues, in the National League with the Giants and the Rockies, originally with the Giants in 2012. Rolls it foul, and behind Chris Woodward, the third base coach. Coaches on the lines, Woodward, the former infielder, down at third, and George Lombard, the coach over at first base. He spent a short time with the Devil Rays here. 2003. A handful of games. Fly ball lifted into center field. Geyer will go back, position to make the catch. Seager went back to tag, but hangs on. Culberson is the first out.
You know, I meant to ask you this last night, but what is your take on the Los Angeles Dodgers, the batting helmets? The sheen, the gloss is gone, more of a matte blue.
One of your cars was like that. Do you still have that vehicle?
No, I don't.
But you like the matte.
It was,
yeah,
it was
pretty cool.
Well, I thought it was pretty cool. Half the population was asking me when I was going to get it finished and what color I was going to paint it. So,
you know, this is kind of a throwback. You know, there was a time when hitters did not use any protective headgear at all. And I think it was Branch Rickey and the Pirates who sort of engineered the idea of coming up with a batting helmet. And the Pirates, with their colors, had a black batting helmet. And as I recall, this is kind of a throwback. They sort of had a matte finish, at least on some of their helmets, for the first few years. Hernandez down 0-2. Well, everything in Southern California and Los Angeles glitters except the Dodger batting helmets.
Bucking the trend.
Yep.
Sometimes it's not so cool if everything glitters. You need to have some anti.
Popper, Beckham out from shortstop, making the call. Never taking his eye off that pop-up. 2 gone. Runner still at first. Seager after the leadoff walk.
Number 66, right fielder, Yasiel Puig.
Yasiel Puig, the hitter. Puig takes the first pitch low.
He made short work of Yasiel Puig in the first at bat, just attacking him with fastballs. Boom, boom, boom. See you later. And now that you've put that in a hitter's mind, you know, he becomes determined to not let you beat him with the heater again. It opens up a lot of other possibilities.
And a strike taken.
Maybe he can't see the heater.
Well, it almost appeared that way.
Nothing.
First time up.
And how about that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just 90 right down Broadway.
2-1.
You know, Drew Smyly does create deception. Tall, lanky, throws from an arm angle that you don't see very often, straight over the top.
Ground ball sharply hit up the left field line. It kicks back out to Jennings. Seager rounds it at third, and the throw back in. He's back in on the double by Puig. Second and third.
I think that's what we were all waiting for. Was Woodward going to send Corey Seager? 2 outs. This ball gets ripped right by Evan, who just cannot get down into it. Obviously, with 2 outs, Seager is running on contact. Reed, and you see he's still a few steps away as Jennings releases that ball. And so you hold him up and hope that Gonzalez can come through.
It appeared from the Dodger perspective to be a good call by Woodward because Beckham was out there receiving the ball in plenty of time to make a good throw to the plate. Now here's Adrian Gonzalez, and he takes a close pitch for ball 1. So 2 men in scoring position for the Dodgers. Little tapper. Smyly with a pickup and fires down to first. The stretch by Pierce up and away to retire Gonzalez. Smyly threw 5 strikeouts and has a 1-0 lead going into the bottom of the third. In the bottom of the third for the Rays. And the subject of our Toyota Inside Look, 62.5% of his hits have gone for extra bases. And his home run rate is second only to Chris Davis.
Boy, we're caught up in the numbers craze too.
Yes, we are.
It's pretty good right there.
Yeah.
Someone's doing their homework.
Glad we have a producer.
He did my homework last night. Paid him off.
Way to go.
A little meal money.
Yeah. 2 strikes the count on CURT CASALI. And he's out on strikes on 3 pitches. So Alex Wood off speed gets CASALI, and that's his 3rd consecutive strikeout.
Very similar. You know, Desmond Jennings, he got him with a changeup, throwing a very good one here in the early going. The fastball, you know what makes that pitch so effective is he's been able to establish the fastball to both sides of the plate. And then all of a sudden, in having to respect that, ooh, here comes that changeup, good arm action, good location, enough speed taken off of it, swings and misses.
And the first pitch strike to Logan Forsythe. Alex Wood 1-2 with a 482 earned run average coming in. Gonzalez and the toss to the pitcher. Wood coverings in time.
Well, that's a nice play. Made to look very easy, but Adrian Gonzalez moving to his glove side, going down to a knee. Then you got to get up, find the pitcher, and lead him to the bag.
And Wood had a little time to find the bag, but that can be a treacherous part of that play as well.
We've seen it a number of times this season. You know, pitchers over there missing the bag, overstepping the bag.
There's Brandon Guyer.
I don't know how you would miss that bag when in spring training for 20 minutes a day you cover first base. I mean, it really gets to the point where you're like, hey, listen, guy, I got it. I know where it's at, and I know how to get there.
Then the season starts. It's a real game. Where is it? You can't find him
Stabbing
stomping all
at it.
over it.
Yeah.
Guyer up in the count, 2-0. Pitch out of here in the first inning. Second home run of the year. First one came off John Danks back in the middle of April here at the Trop. And now the count goes to 2-2.
Boy, Brandon Guyer not getting cheated on his swings here tonight.
Well, he's battled to find playing time and trying to make the most of it. Longoria is on deck. Ooh, on that outside part of the plate. Just barely caught the edge. Onto the fourth, 1-0 Rays. A 1-0 ball game. Rays up, moving into the 4th. Follow Rays baseball live with the MLB.com at Bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with Game Day, live game video highlights, StatCast, and more. First pitch is a strike to Justin Turner. You can download MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablet. Two. Turner, then Kendrick, followed by Thompson. Turner worked the count full and then walked in the 2nd inning. Fouls the pitch, crowding him a bit. Into right field, Souza Jr. right there for him. On the way.
Well, it was the strikeout early on for Drew Smyly, keeping this Dodger offense off balance. But I'll tell you what, since then it's been weak contact.
Tonight's Buick GMC big matchup. Kendrick takes the first pitch for a strike. Did a lot of damage last night with 4 hits. Scored 2 runs and drove in 2.
Those were his first 2 runs batted in of the season.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Found that out today and was shocked.
Because when he was with the Angels, we discussed it last night. You see there, 51 career games. He's hitting .361 off Rays pitching. And there's a base hit. Fastball right back into center.
Boy, what is it about these Rays unis? It's not even the pitchers, because he's seen the whole gamut.
Isn't it amazing? That's like the question we had earlier about the Rays offense. Well, what's it going to take to get the offense going? Great question. What's it going to take to get Howie Kendrick out? And why is he so good against the Rays, regardless of who's pitching for the Rays through the years? Great questions. I don't know what the answers would be.
That's where we need to sick Todd on it. What's the secret to success against the Rays? Because it doesn't make any sense. You know, if it's a certain group, which would still be weird because you're talking about a lot of different pitchers and different styles, but this is over a span of time with some turnover. It just doesn't matter who they throw out there in the Rays uni. He has the numbers speak for themselves. 51 games in and you're over 360.
And a toss over there. Kendrick's asking Pierce if he could play games more often here. 0-2. Scoring game involving Drew Smyly doesn't give up much, and for the most part he has received very little support. It's a ball and 2 strikes. The Dodger catcher is on deck. Thompson came into the game tonight, hitting .278. Over .330 against left-handed pitching this year so far. Dodgers got him from the White Sox. Count is full. Third full count Smiley's had. He went 3-2 to Turner in the second, walked him. 3-2 to Seager in the third and walked him. Now he's 3-2 to Thompson in the fourth.
And for the most part, a lot of the success of Drew Smiley has been predicated by the fact that he stayed away from the walk. He has just not allowed base runners. Tremendous batting average against. We've seen that. His walk rate is outstanding. Just over.
Walked only 6 in just under 35 innings coming into this game. Chopped to short. Beckham will charge and throw to first. Out over there. And Kendrick moves into second base. You could almost think along with Beckham there when that ball was hit, hoping he might have a chance to get a force play, and then forgot about that and had to make that hurried throw.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's all timing. You understand that Thompson is moving up the line, quick, and you've got to wait for that ball to come down, and then the transfer has got to be bang, bang, and the throw's got to be accurate if you're going to have a chance, and made a nice play.
There's Monty Grandal up here. Takes the pitch down. It's 1-1. Speaking of Beckham, he's had a chance to start in 3 of the last 4 games at shortstop. He's done a nice job. There's nothing like getting out there and actually playing a position on a semi-regular basis to increase that comfort level. Ground ball, and that one just by him. Kendrick headed to the plate. Run will score. Throw cut off by Longoria. And now they're going to get Grandal in the rundown. And Pierce tags him out. But Kendrick scores the run. And we're going to go into the bottom of the fourth, tied 1-1. Exclusively for Rays season ticket holders, blends hospitality and comfort, offering local craft beers and themed signature food items. Tropicana Field's newest destination area, exclusively for Rays Season ticket holders is the Republic Bank draft room. Call 888-FAN-RAISE for information. Evan Longoria about to lead off the bottom of the fourth for the Rays. Then Steve Pearce and Steven Souza Jr. against Alex Wood, who has settled in. Pitched very well for the Dodgers. Rays had a couple hits, including a home run in the first. And with the shift on, Kendrick on the shortstop side of second throws out Longoria. That's 4-3.
Well, played right into that. Reached for a pitch that was away. Tried to pulled it right into the teeth of the shift. And that's something that Alex Wood, coming into this start, he had the highest ground ball rate in Major League Baseball, up over 60%.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing for him. I mean, his career is almost 50%, and it's even better this year.
He's got some outlying numbers that really, you look at a guy's that I love when you face a team that you don't see very often. You look at the pitchers and you're starting to break them down on, okay, why is this is his record 1-2, 4.82 in 5 games. What stands out about Alex Wood? And you start going down through some of the numbers and you're like, whoa, I mean some outliers.
Yeah, I mean like really great and really bad.
Right, like the after 2-1, 1-2, the difference in the on-base percentage over 400, the batting average with runners in scoring position, the fact that the on-base percentage leading off an inning is over 450. So you're almost going into the stretch every other inning from the get-go. Makes it tough to pitch. Start to understand some of the inconsistencies with him so far.
Here's Pearce sending this one into right center, and Puig just sails right over there and makes the catch. Not an easy catch, and he made that appear to be almost routine.
No, Puig is a tremendous athlete. I mean, really can cover ground. He's got a strong arm. That ball hung up just long enough. Off the bat, you like the trajectory, but as it hangs up there, you're like, 66 has got a chance to run this down, and he did quite easily. Boy, for the Dodgers, it's just about keeping him focused on playing winning baseball. He can freelance with the best of them. Edgewalker.
He is that indeed. Steven Souza Jr. takes a strike on the corner. One and one. Did he go? No, says Dale Scott. 2-1. Alex Wood, originally with Atlanta. He was drafted out of the University of Georgia by the Braves and went to the Dodgers last year in a multiplayer deal. Played 20 starts with Atlanta and 12 with the Dodgers. Just 25 years old. Shot for the corner and missed. It's 3-1. There's a long one deep to left, and that baby's gone. Steven Souza Jr. gives the Rays a 2-1 lead. Souza snaps his 0 for 10 with a home run, his 6th of the year.
Well, I'll tell you, when the ball comes off his bat, it really has some hair on it. This breaking ball, trying to throw it backdoor, and it sweeps to the middle of the plate. And Souza Jr. just lifts it up and out. They blast to left to give the Rays the lead once again.
Well, there's the first of the trio to snap that hitless streak. Now facing the lefty, here is Corey Dickerson. A couple of home runs by the Rays tonight. Geyer and Souza Jr. and they have a 2-1 lead. And this really has been pretty representative of the Rays' offensive approach this year. They've hit 32 home runs now. Both runs off home runs tonight.
And more than half the runs they've scored have come off of the home run.
There's a shot up the right field line, but foul. Well, Dickerson, wouldn't that have been something? But he pulled it just foul.
It would have been 33 home runs, and it would have been a little bit more of a percentage of the runs off the home run. Unbelievable. Math is fun.
It is fun.
Well,
especially if you're tabulating home runs for the home team.
Well, that is true. You just don't want it to become the only way that you score. You know, you want to have some different avenues to be able to score runs, not be one-dimensional.
Dickerson chased the breaking ball. He's out on strikes, but the Rays get the lead on one swing of Steven Souza Jr.'s bat. Through 4, it's 2-1 Tampa Bay. They're giving the Rays a 1-run lead again with his 6th home run of the season. So we go to the 5th now, 2-1. Corey Seager, the shortstop, leads it off. He's the 8th place hitter. Taps this one, kicking foul outside of the third base line. Seager, then Culberson, followed by Hernandez. Seager, only 22 years old. A sprained left knee this spring. The Dodgers will tell you that his approach to hitting is beyond his years, that he's very disciplined up there. They like his pitch recognition. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dave Roberts, the new manager. Roberts had been a bench coach with San Diego. You know, interesting on Roberts as a bench coach over there with the Padres. His major league managerial experience, 1 game. the last game of the year when Bud Black left. Ooh, close pitch right there, and the count is full. And that was it. He managed the last game on the departure of Bud Black, now managing the Dodgers.
Obviously was impressive in that final game.
Yeah, I think they lost the Padres 9-1, something like that.
But he made it, well, okay. Maybe not so impressive, but it worked out for him.
And Seager is out on strikes to open the 5th inning.
For the second time. That previous pitch, that fastball, was buried in the zone there by Drew Smyly, and instead comes back and gets him swinging.
Well, he kept the team up in that final game. Kept the spirits up.
Competed till the end.
Yeah.
Just, they were outmanned. They were outmanned.
So, it's a new approach for the Dodgers, and Dave Roberts in there to help lead that approach. Culberson takes a strike. 1-1. Roberts to UCLA. His dad was a Marine. A ball, 2 strikes. Hernandez, the leadoff man on deck. Roller, Beckham with the pickup. They throw to first. 2 up and 2 down. So the Dodgers will send their leadoff man to the plate for the 3rd time tonight. Kike Hernandez was called out on strikes in the 1st and popped to Beckham at short in the 3rd inning. The ball, no strikes. You look at the Dodgers, and we talked about a little bit last night about what they've done over the last few years. Last year won the division again, 92-70. But with the roster they've had a difficult time keeping regular players on the field day after day. They've had a lot of injuries to deal with. And they were next to last year when it came to base running in the major leagues, 29th out of 30. It's hard to believe. Back to the mound. Smyly with a toss to first. Look out. Pierce takes care of that. 1, 2, 3, go the Dodgers.
As we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning, a special May the 4th be with you steal of the day here at Tropicana Field. Tonight only, this Chris Archer Stormtrooper can be yours as part of a $12 ticket package, lower level corner seat. Tonight only, go to raysbaseball.com/steal or call 888-FAN-RAYS. Guys, what a bobblehead this is. This is the full Chris Archer hair in a Stormtrooper outfit. May the 4th, special steal of the day.
Rays have come up with another unique item again.
I got one question. How does he get that helmet over that hair?
There's no telling. Fly ball right center, and Puig and Thompson come together out there, and Puig makes the catch.
The helmet, the Stormtrooper helmet, looks like it would be a little small.
A little bit.
For the
it is impressive. Hey, listen, anything Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sure to be a collector's item immediately.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, unique giveaways all the time. I'm still in love with the baseball with the finger.
Oh yeah, that
tip.
Absolutely.
Different. Yeah.
Strike the count on Beckham.
If that would have come out when I was a kid,
yep,
I maybe could have had a breaking ball. Didn't really know what to do with my fingers.
But you just don't want to start throwing that breaking ball too soon.
Well, it's true.
Be careful about that. And if you can have the discipline to know how to throw one and not throw it, which is problematic.
Yeah.
You know, if they know how to throw it. Yeah, no, don't throw it. Oh, I'm gonna sneak around.
But they can't hit it, and it moves.
Yeah.
Looks like Alex Wood's breaking ball here tonight.
Yeah. Beckham bounds it back.
He made that one mistake to Souza Jr. And you know, when you go back to that home run, and you end up, we'll see it on the replay over and over again here tonight. But that's the danger in trying to backdoor a breaking ball, because you try to throw it backdoor, and all of a sudden you spin it to the middle of the plate. Uh-oh. That's where you get into trouble. It's a high-risk, high-reward pitch.
Beckham is battling, fouling another 0-2 pitch. Well, here's that pitch again.
Yeah, watch for Grandalis. They want this broke straight. Oh, yes, he started it where Yasmani was, but it ends up in the middle of the plate. You want to start that off the plate right to the corner. That's a tough pitch to execute. If you do it, the at-bat's probably going to go well for you. If you don't execute it and you yank it to the middle of the plate, that's what can happen.
Another foul ball. It's reminiscent of Beckham last year when he would get behind in the count and then foul off a number of pitches and work a great at bat. He's down 0-2. This will be the 6th pitch of this at bat.
Well, you know what he's doing is he's cutting down on his swing. You know, he's fouling off the tough pitches and hoping that Wood makes a mistake to him. You know, so often we see guys nowadays, and it doesn't matter where you are in the lineup, what type of hitter you are, the 0-2 swing looks the same as the 2-0 swing. That's not always a good thing.
Fouls it again. Well, this is something that we haven't seen a lot of, not only from the Rays, but around the game.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's. We think about that at bat from Ezekiel Carrera in that Toronto series. 0-2 pitch out over the heart of the plate. Swung at it like it was 3-1, and he was trying to hit it 600 feet.
So that's a ball. Down and in. It skipped away. 1-2. That's called working an at bat. Here he is. Down 0-2, now 1-2. 8 pitches in. Ground ball by the mound. Kendrick with the pickup. So a 9-pitch at bat. 2 gone. CURT CASALI on his way to the plate. Rays are going to get a little action up in their bullpen. The Erasmo Ramirez starting to loosen. Strike one on Casali. It's 1-1. Line drive, there's a base hit. Off speed, and Casali sends it into center field, a 2-out single.
That changeup, it's been effective. This one off the plate. Look at the coverage there by Casali. Use the middle of the field and cover the plate and then some.
Well, Logan Forsythe now to get his third look at Wood. He has struck out and grounded out. And he pops him up. Kendrick, the second baseman, waiting on this one. And the Rays are out in the fifth, leaving a man. 2-1 Tampa Bay. Second game of this two-game set. Brandon Guyer opened the scoring with his second home run of the year. Hit a 2-0 pitch. Fastball into the seats and left. Smiley gave up a run. Howie Kendrick scoring on the base hit to left by Yasmani Grandal. And the Rays re-grabbed the lead in the bottom of the fourth on a 2-out home run by Steven Souza Jr. hitting a 3-1 breaking ball into the seats and left. We move into the sixth with the Rays leading 2-1. Drew Smiley against Alex Wood. Puig, Gonzalez, and Turner due up for LA. Puig looks at a strike. He has one of the 3 hits allowed by the Rays lefty tonight. Puig doubled up the left field line in the third. Third base again, foul this time. As Longoria got to that one. He was closer to the line. He just could not quite get that one in the third. It went by third and up the line for a double.
Yeah, he's stationed now where it would be a crossover step and a backhand would be enough to cover all the way to the third base chalk.
Ball, 2 strikes. Six strikeouts for Smiley. He's given up 2 walks tonight, 3 hits, 1 run. It's not a wild pitch. And that one is a bit low. The curveball, and we took that one. Lines it into center. 2 hops out there to Geyer. Puig is on for the 2nd time. 4th hit allowed by Smiley. Our Cold Hard Facts brought to you by Clean Chris Coors Light. Andrew Friedman, who now is the president of baseball operations for the Dodgers. These are some of the moves he made with the Rays, bringing in Ben Zobrist in the Aubrey Huff deal. Matt Garza, Jason Barton in the deal with the Twins. Chris Archer, and he's spending time now with Matt Silverman, those 2 being reunited, visiting here with the Dodgers in for 2. Checking the monitors and say, don't say anything because there could be lip readers.
That's why I'm staying quiet. No.
That's a strike.
Well, just think about the challenges that both of those men face. You know, Andrew Friedman for being here for so long, then going out to Los Angeles, completely different dynamic in the market. Matt Silverman jumping up, and he all of a sudden takes over a ball club and has to remake it in certain ways. All the while, expectations to be very competitive, to play in October.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, the dynamics of those markets and the challenges, trying to do the same thing, trying to win.
Yeah.
And the challenge is to do that, but to get there, 2 vastly different approaches. The Dodgers are just spending more money than they can print. And the Rays, value is a key here, trying to be very prudent with every move they make. Two and 2 now to Gonzalez, and at the same time, both using a healthy dose of the sabermetrics, and maybe trying to blend in a little traditional baseball as well, but heavy on information now. The whole game has moved in that direction.
No question.
Fly ball, got some hang time. Geyer on the run. He could not grab it. Puig's going to go to 3rd. It'll be 1st and 3rd. The throw to 3rd not in time. Close out there, but Geyer just couldn't get there. And Gonzalez is aboard. And the Dodgers quickly have a major threat.
Well, here it is. This ball just kind of floats out there into right center. Here comes Brandon Geyer. The slide, that ball eludes the edge of the glove. Got a beat on it, and then it just comes up a little bit short. Yasiel Puig had come out all the way to 2nd base. He's got to read this thing. Sees it down, and then very aggressive with the turn and get to 3rd.
And that's going to be it for Smiley. He leaves with 2 men on and nobody out. MLB on FS1 is back with 2 monster games featuring some of baseball's best players. It all starts as the Rangers take on the Tigers in a game you can only see on FS1. Then the Nationals head to Wrigley to take on the Cubs. The action begins at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on FS1 or watch it live on Fox Sports Go. Erasmo Ramirez will replace Smiley here in the 6th inning. 5 innings plus for Smiley. He's in the low 90s in pitch count. And Justin Turner fouls it back. Strike 1.
Well, Mr. Do-Everything for the Tampa Bay Rays, at least as far as the pitching staff goes. Erasmo Ramirez had a start, very effective in that, got a win in that start, 4 altogether, ERA of 1.23.
That's a strike. Ramirez quickly gets the jump on Turner 0-2. And that's a good thing. We mentioned last night Turner joined this Dodger team essentially as a utility guy, but it just forced his way into the lineup since he's been here. And one of the reasons is that he's hit over 360 with men in scoring position since joining the Dodgers. Oh, look out. This one gets away, skips to the backstop. Puig scores. And this game is tied again.
Well, you see right here the changeup, and it was just yanked so far that CURT CASALI could just do nothing about it. Really nowhere near the zone, nothing to be done there, and it gets away and the Dodgers tie it. Boy, unfortunate, especially 0-2.
So a wild pitch. It also moves Gonzalez into second base. Ground ball to third. Longoria's going to make this play. Turner's out. Gonzalez remains at second.
Second baseman, number 47, Howie Kendrick.
2-2 ball game now. Puig scores on the wild pitch. Howie Kendrick. That's a strike. Foul the other way, out of play. Beyond the bullpen, nothing in 2. Puig opened with the base hit. Gonzalez reached on that near catch in center field. He's now at second with 1 out, a run in. Ball, 2 strikes.
Having a little trouble with that changeup. That was another one yanked right into the ground and wide of the plate. That's a pitch that has been very, very good for Erasmo Ramirez.
Ground ball, shortstop. Beckham's throw to first in time, and over to third goes Gonzalez. 2 gone, a couple of ground balls after the wild pitch. So Smiley out of the game. 5 innings plus, charged with 2 runs, still responsible for Gonzalez, who's the runner at third. 93 pitches for Smiley tonight. And Chase Utley is the pinch hitter, presented by Pinch-A-Penny. Utley on to hit for Thompson against Erasmo Ramirez. Down and in. Ball and a straggled piece of that one. Gonzalez the runner. And a great stop there by CASALI. And the pitch down and in.
Boy, tempting fate. Another one yanked. And CASALI having to make another play. Runner on third this time. Making things a little too interesting here.
The veteran infielder Utley pinch hitting. Covered up again by CASALI.
Another changeup. That's just been a tough pitch for Erasmo here in this inning. You can see the frustration as he catches that ball coming back to him. Normally a go-to pitch, and today just having trouble getting that ball really anywhere near the strike zone.
And the fastball out of the zone. Walks Utley. Down to first he goes.
Catcher number 9,
Yasmani Grandal will be the hitter. He drove in the first run of the game for the Dodgers in the 4th inning. One for two. Ground ball left side. Longoria makes the play, and they limit the damage to 1 run. We go to the bottom of the 6th, tied 2-2. Tonight's Geico great moment. On May 3rd, 2009, Carl Crawford, then in a Rays uniform, stole 6 bases versus the Red Sox, tying a Major League Baseball record. Carl now wearing the Dodger blue. And there's the former Ray, drafted as a Devil Ray, transcended that into the Ray era, now with the Dodgers after a stop in Boston. Brandon Guyer fouls a pitch away, and the bottom of the 6th inning is underway. Well, among active stolen base leaders, Ichiro Suzuki topping the list, and Carl Crawford second on the list. 1-1. And staying healthy with the Dodgers has been an issue for Crawford. Right there alongside Scott Kazmir. Guyer's behind in the count, 1-2. Longoria next, and then Pierce. Base hit, punch through the middle. And Guyer is on again. Leadoff single. Let's check in with Emily Alston again. Emily.
Dwayne, we are sticking with the Carl Crawford topic for our Web Wednesday. Jan from Largo was talking about the importance of Carl Crawford during his time here in Tampa Bay. Do you think that the Rays will retire his number?
Interesting question there on the retired number. It's a long way off. And while he's at the top of the list in a lot of the Rays offensive categories, anything I think we could say would be purely speculative to this point. We'll see what the future brings. Evan Longoria takes the pitch down. Want to know, you see where he ranks among all the Rays categories in games and hits and runs and triples, stolen bases, a 3-time All-Star. (2-0), and his problem in LA has been staying healthy going into this season. He had played in only 174 games of 486 possible games in his years in LA. And Dave Roberts, when he was activated this time, down to third. Culberson, high throw, safe at second. Everybody's safe. The Rays have 2 men on with nobody out. Utley had to come off the bag to take Culberson's throw.
Well, he backs up on this, trying to get a better hop, so back up. Now you got to spin and throw, and he's just wide. There's nothing that Utley could do. Just a bad feed. There's no way they were going to be able to turn that double play, but now they don't even get the lead runner. As you see right there, the tag being applied by Chase Utley that maybe Brandon Guyer come off that bag. He did not. Now the Rays are in business here, first and second, nobody.
Similar situation to the Dodgers in the top of the inning. They scored 1 to tie, and now the Rays with Guyer at second, Longoria at first. Guyer's base hit, fielder's choice, allowing Longoria to reach. And here's Steve Pearce against Alex Wood.
Well, you got to make that mistake pay.
Pitch is down. Action in the bullpen. Lewis Coleman, the former Kansas City Royal, listening in the Dodger bullpen. Here's doubled his first time up. Hits a high shot deep to left. Way back. Kendrick looks up. It's gone. Steve Pearce delivers. Three-run home run for Pearce. And the Rays lead this game 5-2.
And that would certainly constitute making them pay for the mistake. Steve Pearce starting to heat up just a little bit, and finally the Rays have a little bit of breathing room in this ball game.
Pearce hit his first home run of the year in the Trop last night, his second overall. Well, tonight he unloads again, his third home run of the season. Home runs back-to-back in back-to-back nights here at the Trop. And the Rays now leading 5-2 on this blast. And that brings Dave Roberts, the Dodger manager, out of the dugout. Pitching change coming for Los Angeles. 5-2 Tampa Bay. Tonight's Wednesday Showdown is brought to you by your Tampa Bay area Mazda dealers. Rays now hold a 5-2 lead. The Rays have hit 3 home runs tonight. Geyer and Souza Jr. solo shots. Steve Pearce a 3-run home run in the 6th inning. They're taking advantage of the Dodger mistake here in the 6th. Now Lewis Coleman is on to face Steven Souza Jr. And the first pitch slider swung on and missed. The base hit by Geyer, and then Longoria hit that ball down to third. An error charge to Culberson on the throw. And Souza Jr. may have hurt himself here on that first pitch. Yeah, you want to be careful with anything. So Souza led off the field now after that first swing. You can see him grab that chest area, and the Rays aren't going to take any chances at all there. So that's going to bring Kevin Kiermaier. Kiermaier will hit now for Souza. And he will inherit that 1-strike count. Rays opened this inning on the base hit by Geyer, and then Longoria hit the ball to third. He reached on what turned out to be a fielder's choice and an error charge to Culberson on the throw. Pearce then hit a 1-0 pitch out of here for a home run. Souza's left. Kiermaier bounces this one foul. A 2-strike count. So 2 strikes to the count. Feet. And I don't know how he got out of the way of that slider.
Well, Coleman, number one, he gives you a lot to digest here. Cross the body, then yanking the breaking ball, and just the feet able to get him out of the way at the same time.
Ground ball to short. Seager with the throw to first. Retires Kiermaier. Be the first out of the inning. Corey Dickerson on his way to the plate. Dickerson 0 for 2 tonight. Big cut. And he missed the fastball down. Alex Wood worked 5 innings plus 3 hitters in the 6th. Gave up 6 hits. 5 runs, 4 earned. Struck out 7, didn't walk anybody, and now it's Lewis Coleman. Coleman doesn't throw overly hard, but he gives you a lot of action out there with his pitches.
Yeah, it's deception. It's the cross body, it's the low arm angle. So you can get away with a little bit less on the velocity with the movement you're going to get on your pitches and just the overall deception. He cannot be fun for right-handers to face. He's stepping over in the Dodger dugout and then yanking sliders back to the other side of the plate.
You wouldn't exactly design a delivery to be that way, but it's a way to give the hitter a different look.
And we see that more and more. Different styles coming out of the bullpen. Managers are very fond of having different looks that they can go to. Not everybody is a cookie cutter with similar mechanics. You've got sidewinders, you've got cross the body, over the top, sinker ballers. I mean, just so many different styles that you can go to. This is one of the more extreme.
Piece of it foul. Count is full. Desmond Jennings is on deck. Jennings said, "This is all I need. I'm 0 for 26 and have to face this right-hander."
Right, and that's why he'll get that hit.
Yep. Popped up. Will it be playable? That ball is caught by Grandal, but it hit the ring in foul territory, and that's a no catch.
Bob Davidson down there at third base was all over it. Yasmani Grandal saying no, it didn't, but it absolutely did.
Yeah, those are the ground rules, and I'm sure visiting catcher just like that, probably unfamiliar himself with the ground rules, that if that ball hits in foul territory up there, it's a dead ball. And so Bob Davidson made sure he made the call. Dave Roberts, the manager out there. Bob Davidson made the call from the third base side.
You know, he might really think that it didn't hit that, but it clearly did. Welcome to the Trop.
Yep. Bob Davidson had a view of it from back a third down the line. So the count 3-2 on Dickerson. Fouls this one right back into the screen. Three runs home, 1 out, bases empty. Popped up, and that went up in the rigging, coming down, and it's caught by Gonzalez, a fair ball.
And that would have been fair game because it was in fair territory.
That's right.
That's where it gets to be like, well, it's like a pinball, really.
Ricochet.
Rick, you got to make the
off
play.
one of the bumpers.
Keep your eyes on the ball.
Well, here's Desmond Jennings. And there's a strike. It sweeps wide. 1-1. Lewis Coleman in relief of Alex Wood. Sweeps it again off the plate and out of the zone. 2-1. View from the deck in center field. 2-2. Coleman spent the first 5 seasons of his big league time with Kansas City. Jennings lifts it foul and out of play. SOUZA Jr. left the game in this inning, taking a swing at the first pitch and showing discomfort in the chest area. Kiermaier came on to hit for him, grounded out. Dickerson popped out. Now a 2-2 count on Desmond Jennings. Bigger cross the body fire that time and way wide. 3-2. It's Tim Beckham on deck. Did he go? He checked in time. So Jennings lays off that pitch wide. 3-2 slider, and he's aboard. First walk given up by Los Angeles pitching tonight. Tim Beckham will get a look at Coleman. Beckham 0 for 2. Strike one. Coleman most of the time in the upper 80s with his fastball. too high with that one. And it's 1-1. Two and one. Coleman came in with the bases empty following the 3-run home run by Steve Pearce. Beckham shoots it foul. The count is 2-2. On deck, the Rays catcher, CURT CASALI. Beckham out on strikes. Rays get 3 on one swing of Steve Pearce's bat. Home run for the second consecutive night, and at the end of 6, the Rays have built a 5-2 lead. All 5 of those runs charged to Alex Wood. On Fox Sports Sun is brought to you by Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. By Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by your Southern Chevy dealers. Rays now lead 5-2. Corey Seager fouls the first pitch from Erasmo Ramirez right back and out of play. Kevin Kiermaier stays on to play center field, and Brandon Guyer moves from center to right. SOUZA Jr. out of the game. And a shot into deep right center field. That ball is off the top of the wall, bounding back to Guyer, and Seager's in with a 2-base hit.
Boy, the Rays fortunate that Seager didn't have a little bit more lift. That was just a missile. A fastball that was not located, stayed middle where Seager could get full extension. Boy, he ripped that thing into the gap. That's what the Dodgers are so excited about. Came very, I mean, just underneath, a few inches away from that ball getting out of here.
Well, Peterson will pinch hit for Culberson. Leadoff double. Jock Peterson now hits for the third baseman. Pops it up foul. He comes out swinging. He takes a vicious cut up there, Peterson. Dave Roberts, who pinch hit Utley in the 6th. The pinch hitter here in the 7th is Peterson, and he has Carl Crawford out on deck, apparently to pinch hit for Hernandez. One. Peterson unloaded the center field last night. It was a mid-90s fastball. Two and one. Cedeno up in the bullpen. Ramirez got credit for a full inning in the 6th inning. Gave up a walk, only the 2nd walk he's issued. And he has Peterson out in front of that pitch.
He's just not been as sharp as we're used to seeing. You know, the changeup found the command of that pitch elusive in his 1st inning work. There was a good adjustment made on that last pitch. But Erasmo, he has been so dependable for the Rays in every role that they have asked him to fill. And really, I don't know if you could name one that he hasn't.
Oh, strike 3 call. He gets him looking at a fastball.
That's a nice job right there. Jock Peterson, a very dangerous bat. Get him with the changeup and then come back with that fastball, and that ball catches a lot of plate, but Peterson just locked up.
So now Carl Crawford being announced to pinch hit for Hernandez. Hernandez had gone 0 for 3. Crawford's left-handed bat called upon, and he fouls it away. Strike 1. He cited the problem Carl has had staying healthy in Los Angeles, and when he came back the last time, Dave Roberts said he really sees him as a guy who will play maybe 3 or 4 times a week because of the propensity for injury.
Well, it's been the issue. You know, we chronicled yesterday the start of the season with 10 men on the disabled list. It's down to 9 now, but that has been an ongoing problem for the Dodgers.
Foul ball takes the count to 1-2. Crawford fouls that one. Pitch up and foul back. Crawford 34. He'll be 35 on the first day of August. He was in 69 games last year with the Dodgers at 265. Sends a fly ball into right field. Geyer's there to make the catch. Holding at second base, Seager. Crawford the second out. Ramirez gets him on the fly ball.
Well, the good thing about those 2 outs, the manner in which they came, is it keeps Seager at second base. No productive outs. You can move him up, get him in, and chip into this Rays lead. So far, Erasmo has been able to keep Seager right out there at second base, and now 1 out away from getting out of this inning.
Here's Puig. 2 hits, 2 for 3, a double and a single and a run scored. Singled and homered last night. He takes the first pitch. A strike.
And he really took it.
He wasn't interested in that pitch.
Wasn't interested in getting into a batting stance.
One and one. Geltz has joined Cedeno in the bullpen. Foul ball takes it to 1-2. Puig last year was in only 79 games. He was bothered by a hand injury, hamstring problems. He is fast and strong. Sends this one into short right. Geyer closes, makes the catch. Top of the 7th is over. Man left on, and the Rays lead 5-2. Our game summary, the Rays have a 5-2 lead after taking a 1-0 lead in the first on Brandon Geyer's home run. They broke a 1-1 tie in the bottom of the 4th on a home run by Steven Souza Jr. And then broke a 2-2 tie in the 6th on a 3-run home run by Steve Pearce. The Rays hold a 5-2 lead coming into hit in the bottom of the 7th inning. Carl Crawford, pinch hitting, stays on to play left. Jock Peterson, who pinch hit, will play center field. And Kendrick, who had moved from second to left field, is now at third base. Pedro Baez is the new pitcher. Curt Casali will be the first man to face this big right-hander. 12th appearance. The first pitch is tapped foul.
Good numbers too. More strikeouts than innings pitched. A good opponent's average against 158. Boy, anymore you've got to have a strong bullpen, especially the way that starters are being used anymore.
Yeah, you have to have multiple choices for sure. High shot deep into left off the bat of Curt Casali, and it's gone. He turned around a healthy the fastball there. So the Rays hitting the long ball tonight. Third home run for Curt CASALI. And it's 6-2.
CASALI likes that ball down and out over the plate. Get extension. See him get the foot down in time. And boy, does he get some lift with that swing, and no doubter.
Well, that fastball in the upper 90s. Fourth home run hit by the Rays tonight. Logan Forsythe. Ball one.
Well, you know what? If the Rays keep this up, I've got an idea for a giveaway. If you can produce an outfield seat ticket, you get a hard hat. I mean, look out.
Yeah, you'd better have a hard hat or a big glove out there.
Hey, we saw one of those big gloves here a few years ago.
We might start to see more of them.
Your own protection.
One and one to count on Forsythe. Stairs. 2-1. Brandon Guyer homered back in the first. Rays again have hit 4 tonight. Too close. Jimmy Romero loosening in the bullpen up the right field line for the Rays. Catches the corner. Says Lance Barrett. The count is full. Foul back. So we'll see another 3-2 pitch. There's ball 4. Forsythe on his way to first. We're on our way to check in with Todd Callis. Todd?
All right, Dwayne, injury update from the Rays clubhouse. Steven Souza Jr. left the game after a swing, and he is determined to have a pectoral spasm, a spasm of the pectoral muscle. That's why he left the game. Nothing serious, so some good news from the Rays clubhouse, guys.
Yeah, the Rays will have tomorrow off. They'll be headed out to the West Coast. And to be cautious, the Rays lifted Souza immediately. Kiermaier entered the game. Brandon Guyer, 2 for 3 so far tonight. Off the mid of Grandal, and down to second base goes Forsythe. And ball 1 to Guyer.
A little bit of slop right here, a little breaking ball. Looked like Grandal fooled by that pitch off the thumb of the glove.
He's charged with a pass ball. Well, Baez, a little rough start. Adam Liberatore throwing in the bullpen. And another visit. Grandal and Baez trying to get together. It's the third big league season for Baez. Has made the team this year and was with them opening day last year. And he's been very tough coming out of the bullpen. Opposition hitting under 160 off him coming into this one. He was greeted by Curt Casali turning around that high-octane fastball and hitting it into the seats and left. Forsythe battled him for a walk, moved to second on the pass ball. Look out, up and in, and that ball gets away. And over to third base goes Forsythe. And they're really having some issues.
Up and in, and you see right there Grandal going up to catch it off the glove once again. Another pass ball. That's two in just a couple of pitches. You don't see that very often.
So now the walk has turned out to be a man at third with nobody out. 2-0 the count to Geyer. Strike one. How are you going to get a hit against a guy if the catcher can't catch him? I mean, that's a challenge.
Well, I mean, listen, he's got great stuff. There's no doubt about that. Electric, good velocity.
Look out, a hot shot down toward third. Forsythe ducking.
But hard to explain how those balls got away from Grandal. The first one looked like it was a little bit of a mix-up. He was expecting that ball to do something different. The second one, he just, that ball up and in, you could see those eyes kind of flutter close. He didn't get his glove up far enough.
And Geyer's out on strikes. The fastball up. 98, 99 in that vicinity.
That's what that stuff does for you. You know, he was down in the count there to Geyer 2-0. But when you have that kind of explosive stuff, it gives you a little bit of margin for error to work with out over the plate, and you're able to come back from a tough count and record the strikeout.
Now one out with a man at third. Evan Longoria will hit. Fouls it back. And out of play. Strike one. The defensive setup. Kendrick back a couple of steps at third, but SEAGER is way in at shortstop.
Not everybody on the same page. It doesn't look like it.
Oh, a strike, says Barrett. Again, a big fastball.
Well, the Dodgers, obviously, with that defensive setup, not conceding anything. You know, this is a team that led the National League in home runs last year, so they're capable of putting some runs on the board in a hurry. Down 4 here. You want to make sure it doesn't, the lead doesn't get any bigger for the Rays than that.
Longoria takes a big 0-2 cut on the fastball up and fouls it back. The gun here at the ballpark had that at 100 miles per hour. Bounces into the stands. That'll be a double. Another fastball. Forsythe scores. The Rays pick up that extra run to make it 7-2 on the double by Longoria.
Well, Evan Longoria, a pretty good idea of what he's going to be coming with. This one out over the plate. He just tried to get the bat out there, trying to time it up. That just goes to show you right there. You can have all the velocity in the world, but those hitters can time it up. Evan pulls that one right down the line.
Longoria driving in his 14th run with his 8th double. Here's Steve Pearce. Pitch outside. Rays with 2 runs home in the 7th. With 1 out and another man in scoring position. Pierce doubled in the 1st, homered in the 6th. And there's one that gets away. And over to 3rd goes Longoria.
Boy, has this gotten sloppy.
They're going to charge Baez with a wild pitch. Pierce hit a 1-0 pitch deep into the seats in the 6th inning for that 3-run home run. Connecting off Alex Wood. That knocked Wood out of the game. Two and 0 to Pierce. The chop cutting in front of Seager is Kendrick, and he throws out Pierce. Longoria remains at 3rd. 2 outs with Evans still down there. Kevin Kiermaier is going to be the hitter. Dave Roberts is going to go to the bullpen. Pedro Baez works 2/3 and we'll be right back. Rays baseball on Fox Sports Sun, brought to you by Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. By St. Luke's Cataract and Laser Institute. World-class care right in Tampa Bay. And by your Gulf Coast Honda dealers. Rays holding a 7-2 lead. A couple more runs have scored in the 7th inning. Evan Longoria is at third base. Kevin Kiermaier due to hit. He's going to face a left-hander, Adam Liebertor, making his 8th appearance for the Dodgers this year. And a fly ball into right center. That's going to drop for a base hit. Kiermaier heads to second. He is safely in there as the run scores. Longoria crosses the plate. The Rays had their 8th run of the night. Kiermaier not wasting any time at all in getting the run home and running that into an extra base hit.
Well, it didn't learn their lesson from last night. This ball just hangs out over the plate. Kevin Kiermaier lofts it out into right center field, and he is not going to quit until he gets out to second base, and once again does it with time to spare.
SEAGER keeping that tag right on Kiermaier.
Well, you know, if that toe comes off, Dwayne, we can go to replay.
It's Corey Dickerson. Inside. So a home run, a walk, couple of pass balls, a wild pitch, 2 doubles. And the Rays have put up 3 more runs in the 7th.
We'll keep stretching it out. Try to make yourself get hot.
Oh. 1-1. Dickerson has fouled to third, struck out, and popped to first. Foul back now, 1-2. Geyer homered, has a run batted in. Longoria double homer run. Pierce with a couple of hits, 3 RBIs, the 3-run home run. Souza Jr. homered, a solo shot. Kiermaier has doubled in a run. Casali with a home run, accounting for the other run. Dickerson is out on strikes. So the Rays pick up 3 more runs, send 7 men to the plate. Curt Casali's home run opened the 7th for the Rays. And as we go to the 8th, the Rays now hold an 8-2 lead. Lead. We're going into the 8th inning at Tropicana Field. Here's what's coming up Saturday on Rays Live from the West Coast. Pre-game show presented by your Gulf Coast Honda dealers. It will be late night with the Rays. And the Rushes will break down Mike Trout of the Angels. Anaheim, the first stop for the Rays, and then Seattle on this approaching road trip. Yenny Romero will take over for Erasmo Ramirez. And he faces Adrian Gonzalez. First pitch is a fastball for a strike. 10th appearance for Yenny. That win is first in the big leagues. Comes in with a 193 earned run mark.
And the opponent's average under 100. He combines that ability to bring big-time fastball and velocity. The command has been better. Mixes in a hard breaking ball that's been good for him.
So Chris Hatcher up in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Romero misses with a fastball. 3-1 on Adrian Gonzalez. Takes the count full. On deck is Justin Turner. Drew Smyly started tonight. Gave up 2 hits in 5 innings plus. Erasmo Ramirez, no runs, 2 innings. He's the pitcher of record right now. And then Romero walks the first man he faces. Missing low with that delivery. It's the 4th walk given up by Rays pitching. And it leads off the 8th. Dodgers have now had the leadoff man on base in each of the last 3 innings. And in 4 of the 8 innings tonight.
Well, and you're fortunate really with that, holding him to just 2 runs. A lot of times leadoff base runners lead to big innings or have the potential to do so. The Rays have been able to limit that damage, build a lead, and now hold on to it.
The right side. Hey, and a nice scoop down there.
That was a nice play.
Yeah. Protecting the bullpen. There's some fancy glove work. Big cut and a foul ball back. Out of play. The bullpen in good hands with that kind of protection.
And he had to spring off the bench too. You know, that wasn't just like he was standing out there floating around. Got to pop off that bench, assume the position, short hop it.
The base hit lined into left. Gonzalez will go to second, and Turner's on for the 2nd time tonight. That's his first hit.
Well, this is exactly why Dave Roberts had that infield pulled in during Evan Longoria's at bat. Now he was able to thwart that with a shot down into the corner, but knows what his offense is capable of. And they put the first 2 runners aboard here in the 8th.
Well, Howie Kendrick, who singled and scored the first Dodger run, is 1 for 3, and now he hits in the 8th inning. Romero missing with the first pitch, 1-0. Down with this one. Well, 12 pitches made by Romero, and 7 of those have been out of the zone. Casali's going to make a trip to the mound.
Well, you know, for the most part, Eddie Romero's command here during the first month of the season has been good. Now, he hasn't been out there in a few days. I think April 30th was his last outing. And that's the test, you know. Sometimes coming out of that bullpen, you're not out there as often as you'd like. You've got to be able to find a way to stay sharp.
And he misses on that one at 97. He's behind Kendrick 3-0. Finds his strike zone there. 3-1. Utley is on deck. And that's going to be ball 4. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. And Jim Hickey comes out of the dugout. Romero will get another visit, first from Casali and now from Jim Hickey. And there is some stirring in the bullpen while Hickey talks it over with Romero. Xavier Cedeno is going to get up in the bullpen while this conference is going on. He was up earlier tonight. Chase Utley will be the hitter.
Number 26, second baseman Chase Utley.
A walk, a single, and a walk again. Utley entered this game as a pinch hitter in the 6th inning, facing Erasmo Ramirez, who walked him. Pitch is low. Stopped by Casali. Adrian Gonzalez at third, he walked. Justin Turner's at second, he singled. Howie Kendricks at first, he walked. Ball 2. Romero trouble finding the zone.
Yeah, and we're talking about 2 fastballs that are well short. And that's when you're really starting to aim and not trusting your mechanics, not trusting your release point.
So that 11 pitches of the 17 out of the zone. Chase Utley takes a strike, 2-1.
Well, that's a pitch to build off of here.
That's low. 3-1. Hickey checking with the bullpen. And ball 4. That forces home a run. 3rd walk of the inning to go with a single. And it's 8-3. And Casali will go out to spend some time chatting with Romero and giving Cedeno a couple more pitches.
Yeah, I think this is the time that you got to get him out of there. You just cannot find the strike zone. You know the confidence right now is beat up pretty good.
And that's going to be it. Romero could not get anybody out. He walked 3 and gave up a hit. And 1 run. Back in a moment. A pair of heavyweight wars as former champions and knockout masters finally meet in the octagon when Alistair Overeem takes on Andre Arlovsky. Plus, it's a battle of the giants between Bigfoot and Struve. It's all at a special time, 11 a.m. Eastern, Sunday morning, May 8th, only on FS1. Or watch it live on Fox Sports Go. Xavier Cedeno inherits the bases loaded with nobody out. Yasmani Grandal is the hitter, the Dodger catcher. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Manny Romero could not find the strike zone and gives way to Cedeno.
Yeah, that's an awful feeling, too. You're out there trying nothing more than just to throw a strike, forget a quality strike, and you just cannot find the zone.
1-1.
Written all over his face.
Cedeno, the fourth Rays pitcher. Fouled back. 1-2. Well, the Rays lead at 5. Alex Colomé up in the bullpen. Corey Seager on deck. Comes in upstairs. It's 2-2. Out on strikes. Cedeno comes in, gets a big strikeout right there.
Boy, over anxious, looking to protect. You had that cutter up in the zone. This breaking ball well down and in off the plate and could not hold up on the swing. Get that first out of the way and go from there. You got a couple of tough hitters coming up here with some power, but both of them left-handed.
Corey Seager has a walk and a double tonight, a strikeout in between. All outside, 1-0. Upstairs. 2-0. And now it's 3-0 on Seager. Wildness in the 8th. Manny Romero could not get anybody out. Gave up a walk, a single, and then back-to-back walks. Cedeno has picked up a strikeout, but he's behind Seager. And there's ball 4. Another run is home. Another walk. That's 7 walks now by Rays pitching as Turner crosses the plate.
Well, and now you've allowed the Dodgers to get the tying run to the plate here with 1 out. Not because they're doing a whole lot with the sticks, just because Rays pitching can't find the strike zone.
Jock Peterson. 4 walks in the inning and a single. What was an 8-2 game is 8-4. And what a save right there by CASALI on that first pitch. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yank down and off the plate. Curt Casali's been busy back there tonight.
Gonzalez and Turner have scored. That's a strike. 1-1. Too low. 2-1.
Well, you got to be careful here with the power of Peterson, but at the same time, well, this is a tough spot to be in, and now you're down in the count. Got to make a quality pitch, find that cutter, that curveball to the corner.
2-1. Here's a strike. Found the upper reaches of the zone with that one. Peterson didn't like it.
That's one of those pitches in the upper part of the strike zone here tonight. Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
The 2-2. Up the left side. That ball will carry. Jennings makes the catch. Tag at third. Kendrick will score. It's the third run of the inning to score. Makes it 8-5, a sacrifice fly. And the other runners hold at first and second.
For Jock Peterson, they're asking for time. Wise enough to wait to have it confirmed. Did not hear anything and was able to put the ball in play. Sacrifice fly to left.
Two outs, runners at first and second. And Carl Crawford, who pinch hit in the 7th inning, stayed in the game and will hit here in the 8th. Fouls it back, strike one. Dodgers gifted 4 walks in the inning. That's a strike to Crawford, 0-2. Ball gets away. Ball down. And the runners both move into scoring position. So Cedeno will be charged with a wild pitch.
Breaking ball into the dirt. Curt Casali over top of it, just kind of catches the side of him. Ricochets to the right, and now, wow, Carl Crawford flips in a base hit somewhere. This game's going to get real interesting, and you've got trouble on deck too. Finish it here.
And again, a save this time by Casali on a pitch in the dirt.
My goodness, I tell you, he is getting a workout back there tonight, and in some tight spots. Another breaking ball yanked away. And look at him get out over the top of that one, keep it in the middle of his body, able to smother it and keep it right in front. My goodness.
Crawford, the 8th man to come to the plate. They have 1 hit in the inning. And there's ball 3. So Cedeno was up in the count, and now it's full. Puig on deck. 3-2. Crawford fouls it, forcing another pitch. Cedeno's made 20 pitches, more out of the zone than in. Same thing with Manny Romero, who started the inning. Faced the first 4 hitters. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Crawford. 8 men come to the plate in the 8th inning. 3-run score on 1 hit. And they leave runners at second and third. It's 8-5 Rays. The Rays carry this lead into the bottom of the 8th inning. Rays got 3 in the bottom of the 7th. The Dodgers back with 3 in the 8th. And Chris Hatcher is the 5th pitcher of the night for Los Angeles. He'll face Desmond Jennings. And the first pitch is a strike. Liberatore pitched a third of an inning, gave up a double, and that drove in a run. It's 1-1. 31-year-old right-hander Chris Hatcher in the game. Brad Miller has moved out on deck. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
Well, for Hatcher, fastball, slider, he'll cut it. Throws a split. He just shook 5 times. Maybe he has more than that.
2-2. Well, Desmond 0 for 2. He walked in the 6th inning. Fouls it right back. Holds a count at 2-2. Well, the top of the 8th inning, the wild streak the Rays pitching ran into not only made it a closer game than the Rays were hoping, now 8-5, but it also positioned the Dodgers to get their top hitters up one more time in this game, because Puig, Gonzalez, and Turner followed by Hendrick if anybody gets on, due up in the ninth. Hey, a base hit up the middle for Jennings, and the Rays put the leadoff man on in the bottom of the 8th, and that snaps an 0 for 26 for Desmond. So let's see if the Rays can build on this.
Well, a fastball away, but elevated. Easier to get the swing to, and he stays up the middle. That's a good way to end a slump. Especially with the Rays, you know they want to attack on some runs here. This game has gotten a lot closer than they would have imagined or liked.
Well, it went from 8-2 to 8-5. Brad Miller will pinch hit. He hits for BECKHAM. He fouls this one and catches part of Grandal with that foul ball. Strike one. Dodgers are going to check Grandal's hand. The base hit for Jennings, the 10th of the night. Here's a look.
Right off the heel of that hand.
So Grandal apparently all right. BECKHAM had gone 0 for 3 tonight. And now Miller pinch hitting against the right-hander. It's 1-1. Hatcher slowing things down on that changeup, including his delivery.
Yeah, well, and that's the stuff that hitters, you know, the keen eye, they can pick that up and know exactly what is coming. But you're right, definitely slowing down on the motion, the arm speed. Well, and we saw the one that was fouled off. You know, that's that split finger that he likes to throw, and just there wasn't a lot of action on that pitch either.
Miller, and that fastball in there in the mid-90s. It's 1-2. CURT CASALI on deck. And an eye on Jennings at first. Is up. Again, the fastball. 2-2. Ground ball right side. Gonzalez steps on the bag. Tag is on at second, and Jennings is out there. SEAGER putting the tag on Jennings.
Well, what a smooth play by Adrian Gonzalez. Right here, close to the bag. Wait for it, step, and then you got to make that throw over the left shoulder of Desmond Jennings. Talk about laying it right in there.
Yeah, that's a precision throw because he didn't have time to come down and get an angle.
No, that's just having a feel for the position and just able to kind of lay that ball, fillet it right over the shoulder, get it to your shortstop, put down the tag in the tough double play.
Curt Casali pops it up. Gonzalez takes care of that. The Rays are out in the 8th inning. It will be Puig, Gonzalez, and Turner due up for LA. What was a 6-run game is now a 3-run game, and we go to the 9th inning with the Rays leading 8-5. Rays have hit 4 home runs tonight. Brad Miller, who pinch hit in the bottom of the 8th, stays on to play shortstop. And Alex Colomé enters the game on the mound, pitcher number 5 for the Rays.
Well, he's
his 10th appearance.
And looking to improve the saves and the opportunities. 5 of 5 so far, 10 strikeouts in 9 innings, a .212 average. And here we go.
They'll face Puig, Gonzalez, and Turner, the 3 hitters due up for the Dodgers. Yasiel Puig has 2 hits tonight, a double and a single, and a run scored. And that first pitch, he starts to go and checks.
He held up.
Ooh, big cut. He was thinking about getting one of those runs back against that fastball.
Power v. power.
Foul back, 1-2. Another fastball, mid-90s. Two and two. None of these Dodger hitters has faced Colomé before. So they're all getting their first look. And a cut and a miss. Foul tip strikeout. Right back into Casali's mitt. The Rays get their 10th strikeout for the staff tonight on out number 1 in the 9th.
Well, that's the slider right there, and he didn't get him so much on the movement of the pitch as the speed of the pitch. He was just out in front a little bit. That thing acted more like a changeup than it did a slider. But regardless, going from 96, 97 down to 90, he's a little out in front and a big, big out.
There's Adrian Gonzalez. That's a strike. Two.
Now that had some movement. That had the movement and the change of speed. Nasty.
One ball, 2 strikes. Pitchers of record here would be Erasmo Ramirez and Alex Wood. Colomé trying to close it out. Tap foul holds the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Way upstairs. Two and two. Toronto beat Texas 4-3. The Yankees beat Baltimore. Swing and a miss. Gonzalez out on strikes. That ball in on Gonzalez. Back-to-back strikeouts. Coming up on Rays Live, the postgame presented by Checkers. Todd, Orestes, and Doug anchor the coverage. Rays with a power surge tonight. We'll hear from Kevin Cash in his postgame press conference, and Emily Austin providing interviews from the clubhouse. Base is empty with 2 outs. Justin Turner lifts a foul ball out of play. So the Rays an out away from breaking even on the homestand. After dropping last night's game to the Dodgers, trying to even the score with them in this 2-game set. It's upstairs. 1-1. Ooh, look out. It's been down, and it's been a tough night for CASALI. Behind the plate, he's been blocking pitches. Check this one. Up his left arm. Rays haven't beaten the Dodgers since June of '07. They're a strike away from doing it now. 2-2 on Justin Turner. Ball 3, and the count is full.
Sometimes you try to jump on a pitch, you know, you sense the end of the ball game, one good slider, and it's been a good pitch for Alex here in this 9th inning. Try to get a little bit too much on it, leave it up.
Foul ball.
I mean,
ran that one up there in a hurry.
Yeah, and CASALI, that one, foul ball right off his mask, twisted that thing off. But he is taking a beating back there tonight. Watch this.
Yeah, for his sake, let's get a strike and give him a break.
Go ice down.
3-2 again. Line drive into left. Turner's going to keep this game going. Heads into second with a double. So a 2-out, 2-base hit. Turner aboard for the third time tonight.
Turner expecting the fastball, gets the fastball. He's a good fastball hitter. Say what, you look at his numbers. Last year, hit over 300 against righties, 248 against lefties, 312 against righties.
Can the Rays get their nemesis Howie Kendrick out to end this game? There's a strike and a nice pitch.
And that would be a tremendous way to end this ball game. Slay the dragon.
Kendrick has been on twice and has scored 2 runs. Strike 2 call. Slider again. And again, the Rays are 1 strike away. Two pitch. Taken wide. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Turner picking up his 6th double to keep the game going. Now the 1-2. That's high. Okay, decision pitch right here.
Make it.
Yep.
Whatever it is, the heat, the slider, finish him.
2-2 with 2 outs and a man at second. Fly ball into right field. Geyer, who opened the scoring with a home run tonight, catches the final out. Kendrick flies to right, and the Rays win it 8-5. For the Rays, 8-10-0 with 4 left. For the Dodgers, 5-8-1 with 8 left. Erasmo Ramirez will get the win. He is now 5-1. Save number 6 for Alex Colomé. Wood, the loser, he's now 1-3. With 3 hours and 21 minutes to play this game. And the Rays come away with a victory over the Dodgers for the first time since June 24th in 2007. Well, what a night for Curt Casali. He also hit a home run, had 2 hits tonight, and innumerable saves behind the plate. It was a physical night for Casali, catching 5 Rays pitchers. And the Rays get their 12th win of the year. And right down to the wire, at one point, the Rays built an 8-2 lead, and they wind up winning at 8-5.
Well, yeah, and a lot of those, those runs caused by the walks. They had that inning where the Dodgers were able to score 3 runs on just 1 hit. A ton of walks in that season, but Alex Colomé came in there in the 9th inning and finished it off.
Big home run tonight in the 6th by Steve Pearce. Todd Callis is with Steve right now.
Dwayne, thanks, Steve. You guys end up the homestand 4-4. Important to get this one off day on your way to the West Coast.
Definitely, we want to build on it. It was a must-win. We needed this win, so we're going to bring this momentum into the West Coast.
Good to see the bats going a little bit. 8 tonight, 5 last night.
You know, we came together as a team well. We battled and we kept swinging.
Forgot about the Rays tradition, huh?
Yeah, what's the question again?
You guys get a combined 13 in the last couple games against the Dodgers. Good to see the bats rolling a little bit.
Definitely. You know, we have the potential. It's here, and you know, we know we can hit. And like we said, you know, this is good momentum going into the next series.
Start the game with a double against Alex Wood. You get a homer later on in the game. What's your approach against a guy you hadn't seen before?
I just look for anything. You know, I have an approach. Just go out there, look for anything up. You know, just don't want to chase anything. Just looking for my pitch and not try to do too much.
Steve, final thing with this game tonight. Drew Smyly doesn't get the win, but he's kept you in so many games this year. Nice to get a win where he starts, even though it goes to Erasmo because he has been battling.
Yeah, man, Smyly, he's great. You know, he gives us a chance to win every day, and that's all you can ask for out of the pitcher.
All right, Steve, thanks for the time. Guys, back to you.
All right, well, Erasmo Ramirez wins it. He's now 5-1 on the year. The Rays knock off the Dodgers 8-5. They finished 4-4 on the homestand, making 2 out of 3 from Baltimore, dropping 2 of 3 to Toronto, and dividing this 2-game set with the Dodgers. We'll be with you Saturday, 8:30 on Fox Sports Sun. Ron Anderson and the rest of our crew, Dwayne Stats. Hope you enjoyed the telecast. Rays are winners tonight.